So you guys already know we have to go check up on our girl, Reagan Conrad, who is a commentator on YouTube, specifically the host of the new comment section with Reagan Conrad. I think that's what it's called, or they just eliminated her name completely. But regardless though, apparently she betrayed Brett Cooper to get this position. And since then, Reagan has been hated on. No one likes her. When she talks to her houseplants, they ignore her. When she tries to get the fastest route on her GPS, the GPS reroutes her into traffic. It's terrible. No one likes her, and I really wanted to go and check up on her to see how she's doing and how the comment section is doing. Of course, as you can imagine, the comment section is not too thrilled to have her as the new host. The channel should change its name to the deleted comment section here just to keep track of the declining numbers. The comment section is on the road to 4 subscribers. 1, pause the video. 2, dislike it. 3, unsubscribe. Who is this girl and where's Brett? You're weird, bro. Why are you mimicking Brett? And if you don't know who Brett Cooper is, bro, let me tell you guys, man, you guys have no idea who you guys are missing out on. Brett Cooper she's great, man. Like, you know, like if she moves away from the mirror, her mirror will continue to reflect her image. Bird songs, if you read the lyrics, they're all about her. Flowers bloom just to get a glimpse of her. In all seriousness though, she was the original commentator of the comment section with Brett Cooper. Specifically for the channel that Reagan is now dominating. Well, not exactly dominating, but you get the drift. Now, this is significant because unfortunately for Reagan, her cousin ended up coming out on TikTok and tried to explain why Brett Cooper is a terrible friend. But the only problem is that she just kept rambling and rambling. Half the words that she used, you can't even find them in the dictionary. The video is about 9 minutes long, and I cut out what was important. And I threw out about like almost 9 minutes of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at her main points and discuss them. I do want to go ahead and just give a quick shout out to Echoes from Above, who did document this TikTok because unfortunately the cousin deleted it for whatever reason. So just a quick shout out to him.
There's been a lot of speculation over what happened, why did Brett leave? The speculation unfortunately turned into rumors, and then the rumors were taken and ran with. And then my cousin just began to get hated on, and it's actually crazy the things that people are saying. And I want to set the record straight because unfortunately, while Reagan and Brett were best friends, Brett has just sat back and watched this happen to Reagan. And in fact, she removed all of her posts with Reagan on Instagram and eventually unfollowed her too, which obviously made the internet even more skeptical of Reagan. And it's just plain wrong because Reagan has done absolutely nothing but support Brett her.
All right, well, she's taking a long time to get to the point.
See, even this guy has the right idea. I'm telling you, man, her TikTok video is just very little meat and nothing but fat. If you were watching her TikTok video on Netflix, Netflix would ask you, are you still watching? Now here she says that Reagan did nothing but support Brett Cooper, and Brett Cooper just turned her back on Reagan. Now I have a problem with this because this cousin is coming out as if she knows what's going on behind the scenes. And here's the thing, I don't mean it in any disrespect, but I genuinely ask, who are you? Are you an employee or were an employee over at the Daily Wire? Do you know what these negotiations consist of? Because when you say that Brett Cooper is a terrible person, well, I don't know what you say. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. You kind of come off as if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Because to conclude that Brett Cooper is a bad person for not supporting Reagan, that tells me that you only know one side of the story, but you don't know the other. This cousin wants to talk about how Brett Cooper is a terrible person. When I heard her say this, what I'm about to show you, this made me think, oh, no, I don't think it's Brett. I think it's you who's a bad person.
And Reagan is dealing with this, do I take it, do I not? She wanted to take it so badly. But you should have seen us in the basement of my grandparents' house, her being an emotional wreck, not wanting to upset Brett. That was her only concern. And I said, take away Brett's feelings. What would you do? She said, I would take it. I would love to take it.
Her cousin's a terrible friend. This is just me giving my honest opinion.
Absolutely. That's what I said. And I also agree with Echoes from Above. When you say, you know, take away Brett's feelings, essentially what you're doing for Reagan is you're trying to narrow the path so she can make more mistakes. Because she's not considering Brett's feelings anymore. Now she's just looking out for herself. But she has to look out for Brett's feelings. Let's go ahead and just continue on with this video.
And she used to be so afraid to speak up about her views. She actually came to me at one point when I was starting to do social media and I was always talking about being a Republican and talking about my views. She came to me and said, Rye, how do you do that? Like, how do you unashamedly talk about your views and not worry about offending people? And I was just like, you can't worry about it. Like, you gotta be true to yourself.
You see how she said this, but you want to know something interesting? That video that we're watching right now from Echoes from Above, the reason why we got to watch her from his channel is because this video, it's I don't know what happened to it. My suspicion is that she deleted it, because when I went to go look for it on her page, her TikTok page, it was no longer available. Talk about being true to yourself and not caring about what people say or being offended. She received a ton of backlash, at least this is my speculation, and she took it down. And there's nothing wrong with making mistakes like that. You can make mistakes like that, you know, and take them down. I do them all the time. I've already uploaded 2 videos that took, it's not because they were bad, but because they're poorly structured. But what I'm trying to say though is that you can't say absolute statements like that, because not everything is in black and white. A lot of what goes on in situations is very complex.
She grew from that over the course of the Daily Wire, being able to completely speak up about her feelings, speak up about what she knows, and be such a solid voice for Republicans, especially young female Republicans. She is a huge voice and makes a massive impact. Even as producer, she was doing that behind the scenes. She was doing that on her Instagram stories. So those of you accusing her of just stealing this role, she's meant for it. You just haven't given her a chance.
Now, I will say this, okay? I don't think that Reagan is a terrible commentator. I think she does a decent job. I believe that the reason why she's receiving tons of hate is because of this entire situation. Because I believe that if Brett Cooper came out to her audience and said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch to Reagan, please support her, I believe that the conservative base would have definitely supported it. However, because of the situation and how it went down and the betrayal, a lot of people dislike her. So the problem isn't the conservative base. The problem is how she went about it, how Reagan went about it. And all you really have to do is just read the comment section. Like, I don't really see too many comments about how terrible of a commentator she is. Instead, I see comments about, you know, how she screwed over her best friend over a paycheck. And this is another comment related to money, about how Amala and her producer Taylor left together to build something special, and that could have been Reagan and Brett, but money talks. So you can see that it's more related towards betrayal than it is commentating. But of course, the cousin helping her out just caused a lot more damage than it did any good. And unfortunately, you played a part in it. You try to narrow it down, which is why I was mentioning earlier the mistakes. You narrowed the path down and she couldn't see the mistakes. It was an exceptionally terrible idea. It makes much more sense to potty train a goldfish. I don't know, I just wanted to just go ahead and talk about that because I want to go see Reagan, and it's just sad, man. When I look at her channel and I see that she's just smiling, I know for a fact that she's hiding tears behind that smile. There's no way that she's that happy, seeing that the views are so low, that the likes are abysmal. And I really started feeling bad because I was thinking to myself, like, I should have brought some flowers and a get well soon card, because that channel is dying. I almost went to the comment section and asked, when's the funeral? It's only a matter of time before the Daily Wire unplugs the channel's life support so they can plug in a charger to charge their phone. Anyways, those are my thoughts and what I speculate this whole situation to be. I may be wrong, but that's my opinion. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. That's all I have for you guys, and I'll see you guys next video.